Why should people care about a murder during wartime whenever everybody else is getting killed? I think there's some standards, even in war, which should never be breached. It's set in 1920 during the Irish War of Independence in part of the west of Ireland, from which all British administration, including the constabulary, have been driven. This book is about two guys caught up in the middle of this who are trying to hold some moral standard in the midst of all of the chaos and violence that is going on around them. It's about two fellas who have got the shit duty of being police because the local IRA commander doesn't like them, and they come across the body of a child who's apparently drowned, but one of them, because he's a veteran of the First World War, recognises violence when he sees it, and so they set about trying to find out what's happened to this child, and they don't have a clue about just how dangerous things are going to get once they start down that path. There's I think an attitude that war and atrocity is something which other people do. It's not something which we do, which our people will do. One of the things that makes me the person to write this book is that I grew up in South Armagh during the Troubles, so I became familiar with violence at a very young age. And then subsequently, my professional career was one in humanitarian work and human rights, working in the margins of war, from Angola to Ethiopia to Afghanistan. This gives me a rather unique perspective on just what war is about, something which is a bit more than some of the rather glib understandings which we hear from a lot of our supposed political leaders, people like Donald Trump and Michael Gove. These are people who I don't think have ever heard a shot fired in anger, and I think that's why the book remains important now, because it tries to put a human face on the complexity of war.